welcome back. In this video, we are going to be talking about different types of domains and how to use it. This is very, very important for two reasons. As number one, it is going to have a big impact on how fast you are going to rank your website. And number two, it is going to determine how it is easy for you to sell or flip out your website later in the future. You get the point? That is why it is very, very important to know what you are doing before you begin. Now, moving on. There are three major types of domains that you can use out there. The first one is the EMD. EMD contains your exact keyword, and that's why it is called EMD. And the word EMD simply means exact match domain. It contains your exact keyword. For example, let's imagine that your keyword is best gaming chairs. I'm going to be using the keyword the best gaming chairs in this particular tutorial to make it consistent. You get the point? So let's say you are building a website and your major keyword is best gaming chairs. If you are lucky enough to purchase the domain name bestgamingchairs.com, that is a typical example of an EMD domain. If you do not understand what a keyword means, a keyword simply means a term or a phrase that people use to search for information online. You get the point? For example, if you are having headache and you search for best drugs for headache, so the keyword there is headache. So in this case, if your keyword for your website is best gaming chairs and you are lucky enough to find a domain name or to buy the domain name bestgamingchairs.com, that is a typical example of an EMD. Now, we are going to be looking into the advantages and disadvantages of EMDs. Well, the first advantage of an EMD website is that it is going to allow you to rank fastest. An EMD domain is the fastest to rank. What that makes your EMD domain to rank fast is because as it is the exact match to your keyword, Google will not be confused about what your website is about. You get the point? If your website is called thebestgamingchairs.com, then there is zero confusion for Google. Google is going to understand a lot quicker that your website is about the best gaming chairs. So this is going to help you rank higher, because when it comes to building websites, you need to have something at the back of your mind, and that thing is SEO, that is search engine optimization. I believe most of you that are going to be building websites are going to be looking for organic traffic. You get the point? Organic traffic is a traffic that you are not paying for. That is a traffic that Google is pushing to you. I believe that not all of you are going to be paying social media ads or Google ads to draw traffic to your website. SEO is all about relevance. The sooner and the quicker Google knows what your website is all about, the quicker and more likely Google is going to return your website to users when they are searching for the keywords. When they are searching for the keywords related to your topic. So EMDs are one of the best by far if you are looking to rank really, really fast. You get the point? I believe that's the only advantage of an EMD. Now, moving to the disadvantages of EMDs. The first disadvantage of EMD is that it is harder to acquire backlinks for EMDs. All these terminologies that I'm using, don't fret. As you go on in this course, all of them is going to be explained to you. But let me just give you an idea. Let me just give you an idea of what a backlink is. Essentially, A backlink is when another website mentions your website, let me say in their blog post or in their write-up. You get the point? So that is what a backlink is. So Google uses these backlinks in an algorithm to determine which website is more popular and which website to rank higher and which website to send to users. So the more backlinks you have for your website, the more Google is likely to push out your website. The more backlinks you have, the more Google is going to trust you. You get the point? So that's just it. Please spare my English. I'm an Igbo man, and English is just a secondary language. You get the point? And the reason why it is harder to acquire backlinks when you have an EMD domain is that your domain has a commercial intent to it. You get the point? The bestgamingchairs.com has a commercial intent to it. If you visit that kind of website, it's going to be about affiliate links to Best Gaming Chairs. So people are less likely to link to it as they see your website as you are there just to make money online. You get the point? And they don't see you as a resource or a solid guide to their users. The second con or the second disadvantage of an EMD is that you are likely to receive a Google penalty. If your website is called bestgamingchairs.com, well, how do you build a branded link? Branded links are links that link to your website, which use your brand name as a clickable hyperlink text. You get the point? Now, if you do not understand what hyperlink text is all about, don't worry. As you go on in this course, you are going to understand it more and more. I'm going to be covering it in this course in a dedicated link building section of this course. For example, if you go to neilpatel.com, that is Uber Suggest, you notice that their brand name is Uber Suggest. It's called Uber Suggest. They offer SEO services. You get the point? Uber Suggest haven't really mentioned any SEO related words in their domain name, that which is neilpatel.com. You get the point? So the domain name is literally neilpatel.com. So people can link to their website without saying SEO searches. So people can link to their website by writing Neil Patel or by writing Uber Suggest. You get the point? Google knows Uber Suggest, and Uber Suggest is not trying to target any keywords in their brand name. So when they are building backlinks, they are building with their branded name, which is not linked to any keyword. So it is very, very hard for you to do that using an EMD domain. However, if your website name is literally your keyword, bestgamingchairs.com, then anytime someone links to you using your actual branded name, Google can see it and potentially misinterpret it, that you are trying to build lots of backlinks to rank for the keywords. You get the point? Of course, that is the main aim of doing SEO, to target keywords, you get? But one of the best bits of advice I can give you is that when it comes to doing SEO, is that you don't want to actively look like you are doing SEO. Get the point? If you look like you are doing SEO, Google don't really like people who are doing SEO because 90% of Google's income comes from ads. I know this sounds a bit awkward, but Google's biggest friends are people who pay Google ads, as that's where Google makes lots of money. And people who know SEO and rank in the organic section, well, they don't give Google money. So Google doesn't really like us SEO people. When you have an EMD, you are more likely to receive a Google penalty, as you are going to be getting more links linking to your website that are mentioning the keyword you are trying to target, which means it is a lot easier to over optimize your website. So it go come look like say you dey overuse the keyword, which is not good at all. The third disadvantage of an EMD is that it is harder to sell. You get the point? Now, the reason why they are harder to sell is that your domain name is literally your specific topic. If you manage to write out all the keywords in your SEO and your ranking in all your keywords, now the site is bringing in a lot of money. Well, you have to see it in the eyes of your investor, somebody who is going to buy your website. Now, if I'm the one that is going to buy your website, the major question that I will have is, what value does it really give to me other than the income that it is bringing right now? You get the point? So, I don't really have any potential to add more content, because you have already masked out all the keywords related and about that particular keyword. You get the point? So I cannot add any other content, and I cannot expand to another niche. So this is why it can be a lot harder to sell if you are into site flipping, because I'm going to be showing you how to flip sites. The second type of domain you can have is what we call the PMD. That is, a PMD stands for partial match domain. A partial match domain contains part of your keyword. So using our same example as before, which is best game in chairs, if you are targeting the keyword best game in chairs, then an example of a partial match domain would be www.gamingresource.com. Some other examples of partial match domains using the same example could be gamingguide.com. Again, it contains part of the keyword. Or we could also have gaminghq.com. It doesn't really matter which one you are going to go with. These are all classified as partial match domains. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of PMDs? Well, the first advantage is that it is going to allow you to rank very, very fast. Not as fastest as an EMD. You get the point? And that is because with partial match domains, you can indeed rank fast, but you cannot rank as fast as an EMD. And the reason for this is that it's a little bit more difficult for Google to understand what your website is about. The second benefit of a partial match domain is that they give you the opportunity to potentially expand your website. And what I really mean by that is that if you go back to our example on the previous slide of gamingresource.com, well, you can very easily target all the keywords related to best gaming chairs. However, as you have not specified the word chairs in your domain name, there is no reason why you cannot do the best gaming headphones or the best gaming laptops. These are all related to gaming resources, the gaming guide, and the gaming HQ. That's the benefit of PMDs. You can expand it. So when you have a partial match domain, it gives you the opportunity to potentially expand the website. And that's actually a benefit that has its own two benefits. Because you can expand the site and increase the website revenue and income. And of course, it is more lucrative to your potential investors as well. That is, if you are going to sell it out. Moving on to the disadvantages of partial match domains. Is going to be quite similar to EMDs. As your domain contains part of your keyword, is going to be slightly harder to acquire backlinks for. But the main things to focus on here is that if your domain name contains part of your keywords, then it can be seen to have high commercial intent to it. And websites are less likely to link to other websites that have commercial intent embedded in the domain name. Now, secondly, the same logic applies to the second one as well. It is slightly easier to get a Google penalty when it comes to PMDs too. Now, this is exactly for the same reasons that I specified when running through the exact match domains. The third disadvantage is that it can be slightly harder to sell. These are all very similar to EMDs. Now, finally moving on to the last type of domain, which is branded domains. So, a branded domain does not contain any of your target keywords. And as we saw earlier, an example of a branded domain name could be neilpatel.com. Neilpatel.com, the domain name has nothing to do with SEO. It does not contain any target keyword in the branded name. Let me give you an example using the keyword that we have been running through in this video. You get? Which is best gaming chairs. Well, we could have www.playingguide.com. That domain contains none of our target keywords. You get the point? So it will be classified as a branded domain. Another example we can use is www.playzone.com. Notice how I've gone with the word play and playing in both of them. You get the point? That is because play is related to the word gaming. When you are playing a video game, what are you doing? You are playing. But it does not include any of the keywords, which is best gaming chairs. It does not include it in the domain name. So that is how you can create a branded domain, which is also on the topic of your target keywords. The first benefit of a branded domain is that it is the easiest for you to do link building. Again, when I say the easiest, I'm referring in comparison to exact match and partial match domains. When you have a branded domain, websites are not going to waste time when it comes to linking to you. They will happily link to you. You get the point? With no issues whatsoever, as they don't believe there is any commercial intent behind your domain name. The second benefit is that it is the easiest to sell and flip out. And the main driving reason is because it has lots of opportunities to scale and expand into different niches. If you do not understand what niche mean, I've already made a video about how to find niche and what niche is all about. I'll be linking it in the resource below this video, so you can go and watch that video and understand what niche is. And it is very, very important also for you to understand niche before you start building out your website, because it's going to help you to make money from the website that you are going to build. Moving on to the disadvantages. Well, the biggest disadvantage of branded domains is that it ranks the slowest. As there is no mention of the keyword in your domain name, it is going to take a lot longer for Google to realize what your website is all about. Again, this goes back to what I said earlier multiple times already. It all goes back to topical relevance. You get the point? What your website is all about. Don't worry if you do not understand what topical relevance is all about. We are going to discuss about it later in this course. Also, inside that niches, how to find your niche video, you will also understand what topical relevance means. You get the point? How relevant your website is to a topic when you have a branded domain is a little bit harder for Google to determine that. But once you are able to rank, your website will become an authority website very fast. We have gone through the 3 types of domains. So what is my recommendation? Well, I recommend that you go with either partial match domain, that is PMD, or you go for a branded domain. And the reason is this: whilst exact match domain are good, they have too many limitations, and they don't give you an opportunity to expand the site in the future. You get the point? And it's also a lot harder to flip the website. Flipping a website is a big part of my strategy when it comes to building website. So I want to make it as easy as possible. And I'm pretty much always thinking of my exit strategy. If you have no intentions of flipping the website in the nearest future, when I say flipping, I mean selling, then of course, by all means, you can go for EMD. Or just be wary that it is going to be a lot harder to find an exact match domain as well. It is going to be very, very hard because all your keywords, somebody must have done it. Even if you find them, they are going to be very, very costly because a lot of people are trying to find them and build websites on them because they are much easier and faster to rank. But I think the real reason why you should avoid exact match domain is because, let's imagine your website is called besttoasters.com. You know toasting now, toasters that you use in toasting bread. You write all the contents on toasters. You are ranking really high. Well, your income is going to be limited eventually. You can't expand. You have no potential to expand your site. And they talk about microwaves. You get the point? So it wouldn't make any sense to see a website called besttoasters.com talking about the best microwaves. It doesn't sound right. You get the point? They are two completely different things, meaning there is going to be a ceiling on the amount of money that you are going to generate. In summary, I would say if you are after results quick, then go for a partial match domain. And if you are willing to wait it out and you want the best results in terms of return of investment and the scale of flip, then go with a branded domain. Hopefully that was useful. I will see you in the next one. Thank you and see you again.